Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a video for ink road stamps and this is a super fun layout. I'm super excited to share this with you guys today. I created this layout in July and I've been holding on to it until now, and it's been so hard not to share this layout because I'm in love with it. So as you can see, I have a heart. I cut it out on my Cricut and I'm using it as a stencil. So I took the actual heart out of the piece of paper and I'm using the stencil, or I'm using it as a stencil. I'm going in with my Picked Raspberry Distress Oxide ink, and I'm also going to go in with Squeezed Lemonade or Squeezed Lemon. Is it Squeezed Lemon or Squeezed Lemonade? One of those two. And then Shaded Lilac, which is a beautiful pretty purple. So I'm using my ink blending tools here to just give that a good blend. And I do have the paper and stencil kind of washi tape down to my craft mat. And that's just to hold the stencil in place to make sure that it's not going to move, because I do not want it to move all over the place. And then I just have a piece of white cardstock underneath that. And so when I reveal, or when I pull up the stencil, it will reveal the heart on the piece of paper that I'm actually going to use for the layout. So this was a really, really fun layout, and it took a while to create it, but the end result to me was totally worth it. And I actually had a lot of fun playing with my inks and stamping and doing all of the things. So while I do that real quick, I'm just going to let you guys know that in my description box below this video, there will be a referral link for first-time customers at Ink Road Stamps for 50% off of your first purchase. If you are not a first-time customer, there will be a coupon code for you to use as well. And if you are a first-time customer and you click that link and you go to the website, it should give you the automatic 50% off. However, do not spin the wheel because it will put that discount in and you can only use one discount. So don't spin the wheel and don't try to pair it with another coupon code because it won't work. It'll only let you use that 50% off one time, your first purchase. And you cannot use it with any other codes. I just want to be clear about that because I've had a few subscribers have issues with it. And Laura said it was probably because they, spun the wheel or they tried to use another coupon code with it. And that will not work. If you do have trouble with it, feel free to message me on Facebook and I will try to talk to Laura and get it straightened out. So yeah, that's that. So now I'm going in with some stamps from Ink Road. So I'm using the Chin Up Buttercup and I'm using the Grow Where You Are Planted, or Bloom Where You Are Planted, sorry. And I'm using my favorite black ink, which is VersaFine. And I'm just going in with different flowers from these sets and stamping them kind of all over the place. Now, I am not going to do the whole thing on camera. I'm just going to kind of do the outline on camera and then finish the rest off camera, so you guys don't have to sit here and watch me stamp. But you want to keep that stencil on your paper because you're going to reveal the prettiness afterwards, and it's going to be a perfect line heart. And it's just going to be amazing. To me, it was amazing. I had this idea in my head and I envisioned it in my head, and then I pulled this thing up and I was like, ah, kind of thing. Like it was exactly what I had hoped for. And I don't know if that happens with y'all when you kind of think of something in your head, but you're not sure if it's actually going to work, and then it works, and it's just so exciting. So I'm really, really excited about this layout, if you guys can't tell. So yeah, I'm just going in. There's really no rhyme or reason. I'm just going in. I don't want the same stamp or flower like directly beside each other. I'm kind of trying my best. to put different ones. And there are different sizes here. I have smaller ones and larger ones, some with leaves, some without leaves. And then as you can see, I also went in and just stamped up the leaves on one of the flowers and added it to some of the flowers. So that's another thing that you can do. So yeah, yay, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it so much. If you guys try something like this, definitely make sure to tag me in it if you share it on Facebook or Instagram. I love seeing work that was scrap lifted from me or inspired by me. It makes me so happy, and it makes my heart happy to see that you guys are creating and just getting creative with your stuff. So make sure that you tag Heather's Crafty Life. So there it is. I didn't do the reveal. It's just there. That's the magic of editing. Fun stuff. But look at it. It's exactly what I had envisioned and what I imagined. So I have these two photos, and these photos are of me getting my last tattoo. I think I have 5 or 6 now. But this was my last one that I just got this past spring, I want to say, I think. And there's a picture of it done right there. And then there's an actual picture of me while I'm getting it done. My face is gorgeous, right? I have this like eat shit grin on my face. Like seriously. Yeah, it hurt. It's a really tiny tattoo, but it still hurt. And my mom, of course, is like, let me take your picture. I'm like, really? Right now? So I'm using a paper from the Good Vibes collection from Crate Paper. I believe I got it in a kit a while ago, which is what that pink paper is, and that white and black. I felt like that white and black was just too much though. It's competing with the stamping that I did because it kind of looks the same. So I do go around it with some ink thinking that that might help, but it just, in the end, it just doesn't work. It does not look right to me. It just really looks like it's competing with the stamping on the heart. And I want that stamping to kind of look like tattoos. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, I really, really like that. And so I've got the 2 photos there. And now I'm going to go in with the block alpha and stamp out my title. And my title is going to be For Nini, which is my grandmother. That was what we called her. She was our Nini, and I did not come up with that name. One of my older cousins did, I'm sure. However, that's what we called her. And that is the whole reason why I got this tattoo, was in remembrance of her. She passed away last November, and I was very, very close with her. I was very close with her and my grandfather, and he passed away 2 years ago. Actually, 3 years ago now. And yeah, so I have a tattoo on one wrist for him, and then a tattoo for her on my other, not my wrist, but on the inside of my wrist, I guess. And so it's a cross-stitch. If you've been watching my videos, you've seen it. It's a cross-stitched heart with a needle and thread, because she cross-stitched and she sewed. Oh my gosh, she sewed everything, and she quilted, and she was amazing. She was an amazing lady. So I endured the pain for that tattoo, even though it was really quite small. But yeah, so that's the title. And these alphas are great because you can just use the outline, or I could have, if I wanted to, colored them in with some Copics. But I just kept it just plain because there is so much going on in that heart. And then I have the 2 photos, and I'm going to do very minimum embellishing. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but when I do a lot of stamping on my layouts, I really don't do a whole lot of embellishing because I really want my stamping and my photos to be that focal point on my layout. So now I'm going back on some white cardstock and going to stamp out some more flowers. I end up not using this one. I'm going to stamp out some other ones and use them from the Buttercup stamp set. Cheer Up Buttercup stamp set, excuse me. And you can see there that I'm using 6 of those. I'm going to use 3 on each corner there. And I really, really love those freaking flowers. And I decided to keep them just black and white and not ink them or color them or anything. I just felt like it was simple. And it made them kind of pop off the page a little bit more on top of that heart where all the colors and stamping are behind it. I just felt like it just looked good. I just didn't want to add too much. I really, really wanted my stamping and my photos to be it on this layout. So I am putting the center flower up on some foam just to give it a little dimension to tuck those other 2 flowers behind it. And now is the one of the other fun parts. I'm going to do splatters with my Distress Oxide inks. So all you have to do is put some ink on some packaging, spritz some water on it, use a paintbrush, and just make some splatters. It's a lot of fun. It adds a lot of interest. I filled in a lot of that white space, but it wasn't too much. Like, it wasn't overdone because they're super, super tiny, but it's also bringing in all of those colors back onto the layout. So yeah, I really, really love the way that this layout came together. Super happy with it. I've used these stamps, these flower stamps, so many times, and I'm not even tired of them. I love them. They're really great, really, really great stamps to have in your collection if you love florals. So I believe that that is going to be it, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for hanging out with me today. Don't forget to check that description box below for all of the information for links and referral codes. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to spread love and be kind. Have an amazing day. Bye.